won Super Bowl 59.
Dude, it gave me goosebumps watching it.
Rivian pulled up to the stadium with the snow tires on, the tinted windows. Many men came on, and it was just a murder.
This guy wins. Look at his record. Look at his stats. Thank God he's a Philadelphia Eagle.
You can mark this down. I think the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game.
I don't care how it looks at this point, as long as it's a win.
Vaughn came up with it.
Oh, Bond's an animal.
That guy's playing at an all-pro level.
I mean, you could have heard that from a mile, dude. That stadium was loud.
Lock in, Bruce. Another Speaking Birds. What is up, my brews? My bird brews. We are back. It's another Speaking Birds. It's your boy Speaks here. We're joined with the boy John. What's going on? Oh, man.
How we doing? Good to be here.
Dude, good to have you, man. Eagles bounce back. How you feeling?
I mean, it's great to get a win, starve for a win for 3 weeks, you know what I mean? But also not the best opponent in the world. You know, I saw a lot of seemed like the Raiders took a lot of plays off. I know a lot of people are hype about the win, and you know, that's fair, but also at times, you know, Max Crosby seems to be the only one playing out there. So
Man, yeah. Eagles win 31-0 with the shutout. I think they hold them to like 75 yards, was it offensively? It was definitely under 100.
Yeah, fewest yards allowed in a game in the Super Bowl era.
That's amazing. Man, that defense is good. And look, you know, yeah, they're an awful team. But like still, you know, they're a professional football team. You had to suit up. I mean, look, they're you know, they're professionals, but yeah, I mean, they're, you know, there's definitely caution with not getting too high on this, but it's good. This is a team that they should have handled, and they handled them. It looked like they got back on track. You know, they benched Jalen Hurts late in the game. I was waiting for WIP to go off that, like Jalen Hurts gets benched, but no, I mean, look, he wasn't needed out there. I mean, that's what you want.
Sure, and he took that hit, came up limping a little bit, so. I mean,
yeah, they say he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I saw that the replay. It does look a little. And look, he's come out and said that he's trying to limit the rushes, you know, limit the running to you know, maybe preserve himself. You know, I don't know if it's him telling the coaching that or, you know, the coaching staff telling him that. But look, you know, he ran out and he potentially put himself in a position where, you know, something bad could have happened. So there's definitely, you know, credence to that. But yeah, I think he should be good. Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent performance. And I think, look, I mean, look, you wrap up the division Saturday.
Sure.
You know, head to Buffalo for that like statement win to get really fired up. I don't know. We can get the ball rolling here.
You think like, or you know, I got crucified for this, but you think they wrap the division up and they don't pull the starters for the rest of the 2 weeks there, or do you continue to play them?
Man, that's a great question. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see, you know, how it unfolds. But
the argument would be because the number one seed is still out there and possible. However, the Rams at 10-3 or 11-3, you know, they win one game. Let's say they lose the next two, we would tie them and win the tiebreaker. However, the teams they play are the Seahawks this week and then the Falcons and the Cardinals. So I don't see them losing two to either of those teams. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, if like, okay, so yeah, if seeding, okay, so hypothetically, say you wrap up the division Saturday and seeding's pretty much locked. I mean, I don't know. You'd have to look at it like, I mean, I don't think we'd see Jalen Carter. Like, I think we'd be without him, you know, until the playoffs. And maybe like Lane, you know, I don't think, you know, Lane's not practicing yet. So do you sit him? And then at that point, it's like that age old, you know, do you trot out half a starting team?
Well, not only that, you got Dickerson who's on and off the field every game,
Right.
You know what I mean? And you got Cam Jurgens who seems like needs some rest. So,
but I'll ask you this: like, does this team earn it? I mean, do you really want this team off 2 weeks?
I mean, that scares me for sure.
Yeah, and then coming out flat potentially, because I mean, it looks like the NFC is going to be pretty competitive. You know, playoff wise, it's not Because remember, was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. Remember, like the Giants squeaked in or something like that.
Yep.
Was that 2 It's like I don't think you're gonna get a Duck team like that squeaking in, where it's a playoff game against the Giants.
I mean, yeah, it's like a double-edged sword. You either take the rest and get healthy, or you continue to play and you're halfway healthy.
I think my gut would be let them all play. Just given the way this season's unfolded, and I don't even think they've like still gotten into like a rhythm. I
Right.
know that they put up 31 points against the Raiders, but yeah, but again, it's the Raiders. I still wouldn't hang my hat on on that win. So I don't know. I would say play them, but I don't know. Maybe in that final week, if everything's locked up and nothing's moving, I would love to see this team go out and play competitive against the Bills.
For sure.
I think that's like the last test. And, it's like the Raiders, you got the Commanders twice, backup quarterbacks. I mean, I want to go out there and I want to play competitively against the Bills. Maybe selfishly, just to get some confidence, get everyone else confident. I don't know, but maybe if it's not worth it, then who knows? But
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, we'll see. I feel good about that. I don't know. I have this weird feeling about the Bills game.
Going after
Like,
the boy.
well, I don't know. It's like, you have McDermott, in the off season, he's kind of been disappointing. Like, he's a Jim Johnson protege, and he's acting soft about the tush push. And then, not that the Slay thing was a big deal, but they're just like petty. I want to go up there and really punch him in the face. I don't know. I don't know. They're kind of like on my list, and I used to have sort of a soft spot for the Bills, but I think they're on my list. They're becoming like the 49ers. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't like them.
I agree.
Yeah.
Tired of them.
You got any stats for us from the Raiders?
Oh yeah. For sure. Jalen Hurts, he went 12 for 15. 175 yards, 3 TDs. Should have had a fourth that was dropped by Goddard, in his hands. 39 rush yards. He had 154.9 passer rating. So he's the sixth quarterback in history with a completion percent of 80% or higher, 3 or more TDs, and a passer rating of 150 or higher in multiple games. And then he's also tied with Josh Allen and Drake May for the most 25-yard plus passing touchdowns this season, which is 9, and the second highest total of his career. And not only that, the Eagles' second string offense in one drive put up more yards than the Raiders had in the entire game. It's nice to
I
see
love
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple nice things. Tank Bigsby. I know you didn't like that. He didn't get that TD there, but there was multiple plays where I saw him give maximum effort, and one was in the second quarter. Saquon went out. Hurts fakes the handoff to him, and or maybe it was like an RPO type style play or whatever, and you just see Tank like spin around, take off downfield because Hurts keeps it. You know what I mean? He
Oh
completely
yeah.
stops the way he's going, spins around, and just starts sprinting downfield to try to get a block for Hurts, which I like seeing that. But I mean, he didn't get there, but I just like the effort.
Oh, the effort. Yeah, yeah. Hey, look,
Yeah,
I like Bigsby. I like what
yeah,
he's doing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he can complement Barkley. And I think you got to see a little more of him. Well, he had
yeah.
17
Just a
carries,
positive.
but yeah, like you said, I mean, they put in the backups.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
he
this
got
is when obviously this is second quarter, so the game still
right.
early there, but yeah. Another positive I saw, Adoree Jackson strings together another nice game. I think he had in the last 2 weeks he's had 10 targets, 5 catches for 44 yards, 0 TDs allowed, 1 interception and 1 pass breakup. So I like
Nice.
to see that. It seems like he's getting dialed in. Zach, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say like with Adoree Jackson continuing to play well. Are we? Because I was a big I wanted Slay back, and I thought maybe if they're not going to do it till after the Bills game, but are you kind of on the like? I don't know. Do we really need him? Maybe for some depth, but I don't know if he. I think at the time we were like, hey man, we gotta replace Jackson, but now I don't think you really need that.
Yeah, he's stringing some games together. I mean, and the fact of the matter is Slay's not here, so there's
Right.
really nothing to talk about there. But he's stringing some games together, playing a little bit more consistent, so I'm happy with that. Um, Brandon Graham has 2 sacks during the game.
BG getting them
Yep.
getting after it.
Yeah, it's nice to see that. 2 total tackles, 2 solo tackles. I'm assuming those are the sacks. Nice to see him get the old celebration out, break it out.
Yeah, yeah. We kind of gave him a hard time about his stat line. He was
Yeah,
like, he
last
heard
week.
us.
Yeah,
He's listening to the
yeah.
speaking birds.
Well, also they played him inside most of the game. I don't think he played
Right. Yeah.
outside at all. So, for a guy that can get a lot of leverage and push, he's obviously he's not like a Jordan Davis who's like a run stopper, you know what I mean, and going to clog up a lane, but he gets a lot of push from being a D end. He's just fucking pushing on that guard, so pushing him back into the quarterback. Nice
Great
to
guy.
see.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Zach Bond has recorded career highs in takeaways and interceptions this year. He has 3 takeaways and 2 interceptions. He's the only NFL player with 100 plus tackles, 3 sacks, and 3 takeaways.
Love that.
So
Yeah, man. Zach
nice to
Bond's
see
playing
him.
really well. Kind of
Yeah.
like sneakily playing really well. I mean, I know he's got the takeaways like you mentioned, but you know,
And the other thing I got is the Eagles defense since week 10. Some stats here. First in opponent completion percentage with 51.5. First and fourth down defense with 14.3%. Second in opponent passer rating, 67.2. Third in points allowed per game with 14.3. Third in pressures with 90. Third in QB hits with 45. Third in yards per pass allowed, 5.2 yards. And tied for third in forced fumbles, that's 5. Fourth in sacks with 19.
Mhm.
And tied fifth in takeaways. That's since week 10, by the way. So,
I like those. It's
yeah.
looking good. Dude, that's crazy. 19 sacks were fourth. Miles Garrett, doesn't he Miles Garrett's got like 20 plus sacks.
Oh my God, he's an animal right now.
It's insanity. Like, I mean, I know it wasn't going to happen in the offseason, but like, even like going back in time with hindsight, you throw anything you can to get this guy. Like, there's just no conversation. You do whatever you can. Because I know we're talking about like, oh, do you package Nolan Smith in? How many first rounds? You just do what you can. Do anything to get this guy. I mean, he's a monster.
Yeah, but do you think he continues to do that another year? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like a lot
valid
of these
point.
times.
Valid
Yeah.
point.
That's what scares me with it. You package all that up and then the next year is not the same because but it is possibly the best end of all time. So,
I think that's going to happen with Joe Burrow. Like Joe Burrow's been, it's every time you see a headline, it's like he's not happy, and the trade talks ramping up. I think a team is going to throw. I think they're going to bankrupt their franchise for him, and who knows? The guy could be made of glass. I know his O line has been terrible, but he hasn't really. Besides the one season where they went to the Super Bowl, he hasn't really done much to stay healthy. That is
for sure. But his O line's just been fucking god awful forever. They've
right.
never put anything into the O line. So it's hard to say there. I like Joe Burrow a lot, but he also is, glass glass Joe out there, if you will.
You see the Bengals, they didn't even clear off the seats. Like the season ticket holders were furious. They had to go in and clear off their own seats, which I wouldn't even care at that point. I would just sit on it, sit on the snow. Who cares?
Yeah, little game stats here. Saquon had 22 carries for 78 yards and a touchdown.
Nice.
Um, Dallas Goddard had 6 receptions for 70 yards, 2 TDs. Should have had a third, like I said. Devontae had 2 receptions for 50 yards. AJ Brown had 2 for 41 and a touchdown. And that's pretty much it there. We had 4 sacks. Obviously, BG had 2. We had Mora Jomo and Nolan Smith with 1 each.
Man, that Nolan Smith rep was
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
sick.
Just bull
Uh,
rushes the guy.
N'Kobe Dean had 2 or I'm sorry, 8 total tackles, 5 solo, and 2 tackles for loss. He's a freaking monster this year.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that because that's definitely something that we'll talk about. Well, I mean, I don't want to, distract from what's going on, but I mean, in the off season, what do you do with Nakobe Dean?
Man, it's hard to say.
Can you keep him? He's playing amazing.
He's playing at a very high level, and I, I guess if you do keep him, you got to try to make Jahad Campbell a end or edge. But realistically, Campbell's probably not the Mike linebacker that we thought. He's more of a Sam or a Will. So
Yeah.
he's pretty much Bond's backup. But can you put a guy in like that between take him out for Bond or even Jacoby Dean? It's hard to say at this point because they're both just playing incredibly.
Yeah, I think. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I would say you try to keep Dean. I mean, he truly is. He's the heartbeat. He's the heart out there. Even when you hear him on the mic'd up, and you hear, they when he's around the cameras, you just hear him firing people up. Man,
And the George boy.
Yeah, he's a Georgia boy. Yeah, he fits right in with all the other dogs. I don't know. I think you try to keep him. I know he's going to want to get paid, rightfully so. So I don't know how that's going to look, but
Yeah, I guess that's the depends what he wants. You know what I mean? That's the telltale there. If he wants a ton, then obviously you can't retain him. So
yes. Yeah, this defense is definitely playing at a high level. There's guys that are looking for contracts. Reed Blankenship, and
Phillips,
how he
you got to
doesn't.
re-sign.
You think it's a resign or do you bring in? I don't know. Do you bring in a safety? You got
I'd like
you
to
got the
retain
rookie.
Phillips. I think that I mean, I got some stats here with Phillips. Uh, defense since Jalen Phillips arrived. Points per game allowed 14.3. That's first in the NFL. Takeaways 10. Tied for sixth. Yards per game allowed 304.2. That's 10th. Yards per play 4.7. That's seventh. Pressure rate 43.0. That's fifth. Sack rate 8.8%. That's fifth. Sacks 19. Again, that's fourth. And then passer rating allowed 67.2, which I said earlier, for second since Jalen Phillips arrived. So they've obviously gotten a lot better.
Yeah, I love to see that. Yeah, he's a beast.
The one thing that's I've noticed about now, this could be a negative take here, but I noticed this and it's easily correctable. I don't know. I bet one person that's seen this is Clayton, but a couple times now in the last 2 games, I've seen Jalen Phillips give up the contain on the outside and go for the running back on a fake and get burnt for it multiple times. So I'd like to see him continue to contain the edge there.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on for sure.
I mean, I saw it last game. It went for like a bigger play. I can't remember who. I don't think it was. Yeah, it was the quarterback. But correctable.
Yeah. He's up for a contract as well. So man, we'll see. I like it.
Yep.
It's encouraging. I think it's encouraging. 9-5. Like it.
What we got next week? A banged up Commanders team.
See Marcus Mariota.
It's getting gray.
He's got the salt and pepper. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. No, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned. But again, you don't want to downplay. I think we still.
Division game.
I think. Yeah, I think you got to come out. Still foot on the gas. I feel like this team has stuff to prove, and they got to go out and prove it. It doesn't matter if it's a lowly team that's not performing well. Like, you can't let these teams hang around, which they did against the Raiders, which was encouraging. But yeah, go out there, win the division. Beat them up, and continue the momentum.
Definitely got to go out and win this game, clinch the division. Even a Cowboys loss clinches the division, but I think you need to go out and make another statement.
and you want to do it on your own terms. You don't want to you don't
Absolutely.
want to be a loser in the
Absolutely.
locker room with your
Yeah.
division champ hats and t-shirt.
Oh man. I wouldn't even get him out.
Just keep them in the box.
Yeah. Send it
Well, yeah,
to
let's
wherever they send them.
like a third world country. Um, let's yeah, let's talk about that. Like, so obviously, this team is very driven by goals, and Sirianni talks about climbing the mountaintop. Do you think this team celebrates it? Like, do you think you see a celebration, or do you keep them in the box? Like, hey, we're not happy with that. Like, do you think you see them celebrate?
I mean, I prefer not to see them, but I do think they celebrate it.
Yeah, maybe a little. Maybe it's
And
it's
again,
the
it's
first. Yeah,
yeah, there you go.
go ahead.
First time in 20 years that they would repeat.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's something to celebrate.
Very shortly though.
Yeah, keep it
Put the
short.
shirt on, take a picture, get it off. You know what I mean?
Burn it.
Put
Leave,
it in the
leave it in the
locker.
locker room. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I agree. But it's the first, and it's also, yeah, it's like the first check mark of this goal, of this final goal. Obviously, the goal is to win the Super Bowl, and it's the first stop there. And I think we'd be the first team to clinch a division. I mean, obviously, our division is pretty awful, but um, you know, definitely first stop on the journey.
Yeah, and then pack them up, send them to Ross.
I would take one. When I was down in I stopped at a Ross when I was down in Philly just to see what was going on, And man, there's just like I couldn't take too much back. I didn't have some space, but like man, just like everything, coasters, robes, like man, spoiled to be a PA Ross. You get all the cool stuff like I think there was like a beer fridge that was all decked out with Eagles stuff. Should have checked it on the plane. But man, there was just tons of stuff I could have really loaded up on the gear.
Yeah, that place gives me anxiety. Shit's all over the floor. There's fucking shit everywhere. People
Oh,
everywhere. I can't go in there.
the lines are always ridiculous. So even if you do find something, it's like who's gonna stand in this line?
I feel like they stock that store with a cannon and just shoot shit all over the fucking place, dude. It drives me insane.
Yeah. I love that they always have security guards too. I always feel weird because I like usually never buy anything, but I do like pop in. I always feel weird when the security guard's like eyeing me just walking out. Like, listen, buddy, I was just browsing. All right.
Not only that, like I always see, I'm in these shoe forums and people are always posting up Jordans and shit that they got at Ross. I'm like, what
No
Ross are you
way.
at? Dude? I swear to God, dude. And I'm like, what Ross are you at? Because the only time I've ever seen like a decent sneaker in Ross, it was like a size 22.
Yeah, yeah, the big size. It's
Yeah.
like
It's like,
ridiculously
Jesus.
big. Man, you know what I've been doing. Well, I always pop in. So like
Yep.
Goodwill has auctions. They do like an internet one, and I always just like pop it. I always like type in Eagles just to see like what's out there. And there was some. Remember those like Nikes? Speaking of shoes,
Yeah. Yeah.
they were like the Eagles colored Nikes, but they had like Phila on the like
Yep.
PHILA on the side.
How
It
much?
ma Well, it was an active auction, but it made me laugh. They were size 13s. I was like, I can't wear a size 13. But it was climbing. Like people were bidding. There was when I checked it out, I think there were like 10 plus bids. So people were definitely eyeing it. And there was a couple days, and then there was a nice like Eagles windbreaker. But it got too expensive, and it's like, I'm not gonna spend $60 on a Goodwill windbreaker when you can go online and get one from Mitchell and Ness for
Yeah.
like 80, 90.
Well, you're competing with everybody around that when it's online, little auction. But if you maybe went to some Goodwills in like Philly or something, you might be able to score some decent deals.
Yeah, that's true. Go on the
That's a
side of the
that's a
freeway.
shop you got to go in person.
Goodwill. Yeah.
Yeah,
Little thrifting. The
sure.
thrifting podcast right here. No. Yeah, I like it. I like the old thrift. Man. Yeah, they I'm looking at the stats now for they were pretty bad. And I think it was sometimes I peep into the PHLY. Shout out Fran Duffy. He was saying that they were much worse on tape. Like when you watch it, you're like, this team is bad. And then you put on the tape, and like yeah, like you said, I mean, the only one who was really like who seemed like they were really giving max effort was Max Crosby.
Well, now that I see this, I kind of find it crazy. Devin White had 16 tackles, 9 solo.
Real? Oh yeah, I see that. That didn't
Yeah.
jump out at me.
No, me neither. In fact, I didn't even
Nice.
know Devin White was on that team.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I know you saw the Max Crosby clip from the podcast. I forget which I don't know
Yep.
if it was his podcast,
Yeah, it might have
but
been.
just man, adoring the Philly vibes. He first time playing in Philly. He was very complimentary. Said that's where you want to play. That's where you dream of playing. I think he was referring to as a visitor, but still, I don't know if we could pry him out.
Come on down.
Oh man, he would fit right in.
Oh,
Just a savage. Yeah.
definitely would fit in. Never takes a play off.
He was getting a little heated during the game. I think he
At
was
his
like
own
mad at his
team.
own team. Yeah.
Yeah. That's because, dude, a lot of these guys, I noticed this a lot when I was watching that game. The defense for the Raiders, these guys are taking plays off. They're just trying not to get hurt. Hope you maybe end up
Right.
somewhere else next year. You know what I mean? But like, that's kind of the stupidest way to think about it because you may end up out of the fucking league for doing that shit.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's all on tape.
And then, like, I remember a couple reps on the offense, like the offensive line just like seemed to be standing there. It reminded me, who was that guy on the Eagles that was like fixing his
Oh
gloves?
yeah. Who was that?
I can't even
I know
remember
what
his
you're
name, but
talking
that's what
about.
that
I
shit
can't even
reminded
remember.
me of. Yeah.
Man.
So it's
Man.
like, so just be cautious, Eagles fans. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to get back on track, but that isn't. I don't want to
Yes.
say that that's not the standard, but like that's guys that just to me aren't really trying
Yeah.
as far as the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, you're completely right. I mean, that's what, and like even this Commanders team, you go out and you handle business, like that's great again, but I think what you're saying would still apply. Like, I mean,
Sure,
this is a morally like defeated team, backup
going through the
quarterback.
motions.
Right, exactly. Just playing for next year, playing not to get injured. That's what I really want that Bills. I really want that Bills matchup to mean something.
And I
But we'll
think you're
see.
right. We are going to strut out the starters against the Bills because even if we win this week, obviously the Rams win. You still have a situation where you could play for the number 1 seed there. Now, if they win the next game, I think it's the Falcons, which they'll probably beat the Falcons. Then it's wrapped up. They got the number 1 seed, and also the Bears are ahead of us, but they have a kind of a crazy little schedule. I know they got the Lions. I forget who else they got. A couple,
Well, they
couple other
play
better
Green
teams.
Bay on Saturday right
Yeah,
after our
Green
game.
Bay, the Lions, and then they play somebody else that's solid. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of those top NFC teams are going to be like dueling it out with themselves, which is like, you look at us, we have the AFC team in the Bills, but aside from that, we're kind of, we got really lucky with the final quarter of this season.
sure.
So,
Their other game is the Niners. So
oh yeah, the Niners are sneakily good as well.
yeah.
I looked at their
Yeah.
record. I'm like, whoa, when did that happen? I thought they were like not great, but yes. You see, Zadarius Smith.
Oh my God.
Like, so Zadarius Smith, who chose to sign with us and then retired, now wants to come back and play for the Green Bay Packers. So essentially, we'd have to release his rights. Now, before anyone even says, like, oh, but what about like, you guys were, like, well, at least I know me and some of the fans were, wanting the Bills to release Slay rights. That's way different. He got cut by a team that, he chose to play for. He didn't retire. And they're holding on to his rights when he doesn't want to report. I mean, these are totally different situations. I can see how they're like a little similar, but he chose to retire on us. So I just want to get ahead of that.
I, I say go ahead and waive his rights. Let him go to wherever he wants to go. I guess it's the Packers. It ain't gonna fucking
Well,
dude's
you
washed.
think you
Dude's
think that we
washed.
should? Well, what if we see the Packers in the playoffs?
Eh. Are you scared as Zadarius what Smith?
Terrified, terrified
Yeah.
of
I
Zidane.
mean, Jesus
No,
Christ.
I'm not,
He
but
didn't do shit while he was here.
he might even hold him back. No, I mean, look, I'm not scared, but it's it's still, even if it's even if he gets a tackle for a loss, God forbid a sack, you don't want to
Just
do
good
that.
karma. Good karma. Let him go. We don't need you.
You're on team. Let him go.
Yeah. Don't bother me none.
Hmm.
Good karma, because then you don't, maybe something bad happens, just let's get on the good karma train. We're going into the playoffs.
Well, did the Packers even need a good move
I
by
don't
us
know.
after
I
the
have
way
no
they
clue.
treated us? After
I
the
have
way
no
they
clue.
treated us in the off season with the old brotherly shove.
Sure.
I see what you're saying. He's washed, but yeah, we'll see.
I don't know, whatever. Or just be a complete dick and say fuck you. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Lose my
Either
lose
way,
my
I don't
number.
care.
Lose my number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Well, they lost Micah. It was a crazy week for these like injuries. I mean, it was
And that's the whole reason he wanted to unretire because
right.
of the Micah ACL tear. But
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, uh, I guess maybe a little cash on the side to make that
yeah, sure.
happen. But
Send it to the Speaking Birds address
oh
in a
yeah,
duffel
so
in a duffel bag.
couple cases of Miller Lite and some cash. So here's ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler uh, reported several executives I spoke to believe the Eagles could look to move AJ Brown, and it seems that Brown would welcome a new passing game at this point. I mean, like it's old news, but I don't know. I know you're the biggest AJ Brown fan out there. What's the probability you think he's getting moved?
Uh, I'll move him for Max Crosby now that Max Crosby wants to come to the Eagles.
Yeah, I would do that.
I don't know. I just don't need any of the drama bullshit. It's getting old. It's old. It's not even getting old. It's just
What? Yeah.
beyond fucking old. So,
What do they say? The juice isn't worth the squeeze.
yep. And not
So
only that, you see the lack of effort, on plays like we did 2 weeks ago. So, I
that
don't
was
know.
really that's what kind of. I mean, not that I wasn't already over it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that
soured
to
me.
me is yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, anything else on the Raiders Eagles that you noticed or wanted to bring up?
No, no, I don't. I wanted Darius Cooper to get that touchdown, even though he got that pass interference. I was kind of hoping he'd get one there.
Yeah, that would have
Got to
been
get
nice.
him in. Got to get him one.
Got to get Cooper one. That would be nice. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe
And
maybe
tank.
they maybe maybe they play
Get
maybe they
tank
play
one.
the Washington Commanders the final week and they start feasting.
Yeah, because it may be the second string at that point, so it might be time.
What would the difference between the second seed and like would it make sense if you've got it like what's the difference between third and second string? I guess it could mean seeding if
Yeah, and who you play for sure.
So yeah, I mean maybe you do want to fight for that second seed.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a Clayton question, but I do think let's say we go in, we win this game, we'll go play the Bills with their starters. At that point, it really doesn't. Well, I guess it could matter for the second seed, depending on what happens. Obviously, with the
Yeah.
Rams.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the major play there. But
Yeah, I guess you'd want second seed that way, if one seed gets knocked out, you're top dog.
right.
You get
But
home
then you
field.
get that bye again, and I never like playing after that bye.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be a fun couple weeks. And it'll kick off Saturday against the
yeah, 5.
Commanders.
What a weird
Yeah, I
time.
like that set. Like the yeah, 2 my time.
Yeah, that's so fucking weird.
It is weird. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel like I should like do something special, like food wise.
It ends just in time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, yeah. So you're 5 days. Yeah, it's like it's not a prime time, but it's not a prime time. Well, I guess you guys have the 4:25 games, which
Yeah,
it's
end
not too
around like
far.
7.
Oh man. Yeah, we'll see. Should we do predictions on that one?
Sure.
Yeah, let's see. Well, I don't know. I was thinking maybe doing one like Saturday pregame. I don't know what you got going on, but I don't know if Clayton's available.
I know Clayton said he could do Saturday post game. I don't know if he can do
Okay.
pregame or not, so we'll see.
All right.
Maybe
We'll
I'll
see.
shoot him a message. But yeah, we can hold on to it.
Or do the post game. Well,
Yeah,
let's do predictions just in case we don't do one.
right.
You want to go or you want me to go?
Uh, I'll go this time. Let's do 31-10 Eagles.
Ooh, 31. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I think the Commanders. Oh, shout out Wayne. Last time I think he
Yeah.
called the 31 point. He didn't call the shutout, but he did call the 31 points.
Shoo.
Shoo. Let's see. Yeah, like I think we continue to keep rolling. I'm gonna go 35. I'll go 35,
Ooh.
17. Maybe some. Man, this defense is so good though. Even saying 17 feels a little wrong.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna go 35-7.
There we go. I was gonna go 7, and then I thought maybe 14. I was like, I don't know if they get 2 TDs, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
What are
All
we
right.
what are we thinking food wise?
Food wise, man, that's. I don't have anything like off the top of my head. I was thinking about maybe like picking up like a pizza or something, but I don't
I was
know.
gonna say whenever you figure it out, you have to get on the grocery store and get it now so that you have it by the time the game starts.
I haven't I haven't seen that. Hopefully that guy's still with us. Yeah,
Oh man.
hopefully. Yeah, we're referring to the time we went to there's a local store called the Albertsons, and there was an older gentleman working, but man, he was taking his good old time.
Just trying to have a
Ringing
beer.
ringing up the beep beep. We're like,
So
"Jeez."
parched.
So parched. All right, well, we got the scores. We got it. We're gonna win the division. It'll be great. We'll send the t-shirts to we'll send them
Ross.
somewhere.
Marshalls.
Marshalls. All right, man. Anything else?
Nah, man, I got nothing.
All right. Until next time, go Birds.
Go Birds.